In the mountains of Nangorno-Karabakh, Serge, a happy 9-year-old boy, lived with his mother, a descendant of the royal Armenian family, and his father, a businessman with a gold processing factory, until one fateful day. Soviet officers from Internal Affairs had come to collect the family's private assets. Serge's mother, fearful of what is to come, takes as much of her valuables as she can and stuffs them into his shirt. She tells him to run out into the field, hide, and not look back. She will come find him. She drops him out the window with just moments to spare. The officers barge in and ransack the home in search of gold and papers to the factory. Serge's father stands his ground and refuses to hand over anything. Meanwhile, Serge is running into a nearby field. The jewelry he's carrying is weighing him down and his progress is slow. He keeps running and running, but his feet can't take him much further. Exhausted, he trips as his feet get caught in the dirt. Serge tumbles forward, dropping the jewelry. He lays on the floor, incapable of getting up. Back in the house, the officers have found nothing. They accuse Serge's father of hiding his assets and demand he reveals where they are kept. Too proud for his own good, he denies everything. Serge finally comes to his senses. He picks himself up slowly. As his head rises above the cornfield, he doesn't know it, but it's the last time he will ever see his father. Serge watches, paralyzed. His mother, too, is standing at the door, motionless. Amidst the Second World War, Serge, now 12 years old, is orphaned. His mother died of starvation. Although he's taken in by his uncle, Serge, like many boys his age, joins a gang and steals food from the military convoys to survive.
Armenia and Azerbaijan are fighting over a mountain-filled area called Nangorno-Karabakh. It's a fight over a region you might never have heard of that could turn into a full-blown war, dragging countries like Russia and Turkey into the mix.
In the capital of Azerbaijan, Serge lives a comfortable life. He found success as an oil engineer for the Soviet Union. He's married, has a son, a daughter, and even a grandson. His grandson is staying with him for a while as his daughter finishes university in Armenia. However, one day, after his grandson comes back from preschool, his wife comes to him anxious. The brewing tensions between Azeris and Armenians has escalated. News was spreading of Armenians being massacred in a nearby city. Serge wanted to hear none of it. He told her that no such thing could ever happen in Baku. The Soviet regime would never allow it. Serge's wife couldn't wait for her husband to see that Armenians were no longer welcome in Azerbaijan. She packed her bags, took their grandson, and left for the Armenian capital, Yerevan. Serge, staying behind and reluctant to leave, packed up some books and kitchenware. His wife and daughter were asking him to send their belongings by train to Yerevan. On one of his last trips to the train station, he encountered something he never thought could happen. As a taxi he took arrived at the train station, the cab driver turned around and demanded 25 ruble for a trip that costs 5. He said to Serge he knows he's an Armenian and if he doesn't pay, he has friends standing just outside who will beat him to death. Serge, proud like his father, is tempted to fight, but knowing what that will lead to, decides to pay the driver. Standing outside the station with his belongings, Serge is fuming. He realizes the tides have turned. Armenians in Azerbaijan are no longer safe. The same day, Serge returned home, grabbed his essentials, and left for the airport. He catches a direct plane to Yerevan, leaving behind everything. One year later, all Armenians are murdered or expelled from Azerbaijan.
Да, уже я взяла, конечно. По-немецки или по-русски? Мы отмечаем 70-летие нашего папочки.
70, my husband.
Birthday.
А зам есть?
Хозяев отменили
Он просто не может говорить.
Сергей Ашакович, пьем за твою 70-летию.
Я исполнила его пожелание. Он так на камеру. Держи вот так на камеру. Без музыки как это делать, я не понимаю.
I never got a chance to attend my grandfather's funeral. If I had, I would have wanted to say this. For a man who lost so much in his life, he never dwelled on it. In fact, he only told his childhood story once and never again. Despite all the hardship that befell him, he only looked to the future, a better future for his family. The courage and strength he had to start a new life is a gift the whole family continues to reap today. But not all have been this fortunate, especially in 2020. The people of Nangorno-Karabakh, Azeri or Armenian, continue to lose their homes, their families, their places of worship and culture. We continue to dwell on past differences instead of working to a future, a better future.